and 60 cents ahead of number 4, All the Rage, 481.50. Third pick, 3 Little Lucifer, the late male, 491.70. Heavy rain again in Sydney.
And only my cliffhanger, trained locally by Neil Campton, to come forward. Jimmy Cassidy aboard. Had a great time since his return, hasn't he, on New Year's Day? A number of winners. And Jim brings my cliffhanger forward, and they'll soon jump in the Latin Night. They're away. Prince Regalia first out, leads about a half length on Rhythmic King. Third posse is taken by Tread Avon, closely followed by Cantoa. Wider out is All the Rage. My cliffhanger's not far back into length, the Little Lucifer. Well, there's only about 4 or 5 lengths between the field as they race to the first corner. Shane Dye has Prince Regalia leading narrowly from Rhythmic King. All the Rage normally comes from behind, but he's right up there today. My cliffhanger wide out. In the middle is Cantoa. Tread Avon is on the inside and a couple of lengths for Little Lucifer. All the Rage sidles up to tackle Prince Regalia as they come down the side, and as they head past the 700, Prince Regalia on the inside and All the Rage a length and a half. Rhythmic King followed by Tread Avon and Cantoa. My cliffhanger second last, and Little Lucifer's a half length further back on the inside. In rather heavy rain, the field is travelling to the corner with only about 6 lengths between them, and Dye is going wider on Prince Regalia. Tread Avon booted up on its inside, and also Little Lucifer getting a charmed run closer to the fence. And as they come down to the 250, Little Lucifer quickly dashed through on the inside to show the way from Prince Regalia. Then Tread Avon and about 2 lengths to My Cliffhanger, who's on the extreme outside. But at the 100, and it's all Little Lucifer. It put about 4 lengths on Prince Regalia and My Cliffhanger, and Little Lucifer loves the mud and he bolts in. Little Lucifer beat My Cliffhanger, followed by Prince Regalia, and then came on the inside Cantoa, All the Rage, and Tread Avon and Rhythmic King were the last 2. Well, he absolutely must eat the rain-affected turf. Number 3, Little Lucifer, ridden by Craig Agnew, and has paid $4.60 and $1.60.
Super Tab, 3 Little Lucifer, $4.50, $1.60. Number 5, My Cliffhanger, $1.90. 1 Prince Regalia, $1.70.
Number 5, second, My Cliffhanger, ridden by Jay Cassidy, has paid $1.90. And third placing will go to number 1, Prince Regalia, and there will be a third dividend paid there. Number 1 at $1.60. The winner's trained by Tony Karakasanis at Canterbury, and Mrs. G. Karakasanis is a part owner with F. Swales, V. Diodaric, P. Doyle, J. Karakasanis, and E.J. Wyness by Newley from Polonia, Brown Gilding 5, and really appreciated this rain-affected turf today. The second place getter, My Cliffhanger's a Chestnut Gelding, a 4-year-old by Straight Strike from Maiden Road, Neil Campton. Jay Cassidy and Prince Regalia, Archregent Ever Elegant, Shane Dye, Gay Waterhouse. Well, I think Shane might have thought that the ground was going to be a little bit better, wider out, because he had no hesitation in taking Prince Regalia very wide on the home corner. That didn't deter Craig Agnew on Little Lucifer, because he's come from the back of the pack, and he sailed through about, what, 4 of 5 off the inside, but nothing on his inside. So I don't see that it was necessary for Shane, as it turned out, to come as wide as he did. Little Lucifer, even if he'd come to the outside, probably still wins, but I don't think it was necessary to come as wide as some of those jocks did there, particularly R.S. Dye. 3, 5 and 1. Number 10 ran 4th. That was Cantoa. 5th placing went to number 4, All the Rage, and number 6, Tread Avon, ran 6th. So 3, 5, 1, 10, 4 and 6, and this rain is very, very heavy. Quinella has returned a dividend of, where are we here, $14.50, trifecta $101.80, and the exacta dividend is coming to hand at $23.20. We'll have the margins in a moment. Here's Rod now with the Adelaide update.
Thanks, Ian.
Okay, we'll have a look at that on the... Here's Brian.
Lights on, they're off and running now. They've come away in a fair line. Rancho's Coup didn't accelerate away too quickly, and out fast here, Ruling Region bounced quickly. With him now is Elegancy from Blazing Sun, and getting up on the inside, Derham. Extracts behind those from Neat Habit, further back Alpina Clapton. Rancho's Coup pushing up in the centre at about 3 or 4, then to Navy Brass and Tibby last of all. 800 to go. Elegancy found the rail, the lead just in front of Blazing Sun, Neat Habit, and Ruling Region pushing up in that quartet now. Length and a half, Derham running fifth, a half to Extracts, Rancho's Coup, the centre, one to Alpina, one to Clapton, then Navy Brass, and three last of all, Tippy before the turn. Elegancy nearly a length in front of Ruling Regent and Blazing Sun being ridden along. Neat Had Up went up third. A gap in the race, Durham, Rancho's Coup starting to push up in the centre. Further back, Extracts under a lot of pressure, and further back then Navy Brass, Alpina the fence, but Elegancy down to the 352 in front of Neat Habit, followed by Durham getting off the fence, then Ruling Regent, Rancho's Coup, and Extract. Something's gone amiss with him. He's being eased up out of the race. Elegancy in front, 2 lengths to Durham, and on the outside Rancho's Coup, but Elegancy in a touch of class holds Durham at bay, and Elegancy wins 1 3/4 to Durham, a half away third Rancho's Coup, then Ruling Regent from Alpina, Navy Brass, Neat Habit, a gap Clapton, then further back Blazing Sun, Tippy, and he's eased up Extracts out of the race from about the 300-metre mark. He is looking down at the horse's action, and it's last over the line. Something amiss with him.
Number 1, Elegancy, 350 and 150. 7 Durham, $1.80. 2 Rancho's Coup, 2.20. Now totes the previous in Adelaide.
OK, we'll get those soon. 1 Elegancy in Melbourne on the Super Tab to return 340 and 150. That was the Tea-Ladies tip this morning with Greg Burke's Saturday morning racing service. Number 7, Durham for second, $1.70, and 2 Rancho's Coup to pay $2.10. Adelaide.
3/4 a half, 104.3.
He's a Dane and Truly Halo. Mel Johnston riding Truly Halo. Mel rode Bletching Time in the first event of the day. That was the horse he rode out here about 3 weeks ago when he dislocated a collarbone. And today, Bletching Time unfortunately bled, so he's somewhat of a hoodoo horse, isn't he? Now, one to come up, and that is Truly Halo. He's a very nice type by Don't Say Halo. He's drawn gate 7, the outside of the line, over 1,350 metres, and no worries, he walks straight in. Multimedia on the inside, and they're set to go. This is the Itchy Feet handicap. Good horse trained here by Ray Guy many years ago. Big chestnut horse. Ready now. There's the red light flashing. They're racing. And off to a good start. Daring Deed at the end of 100, taken on by Grooves and Multimedia. A length and a half further back, April Fool from Courtney Charm. He's a Dane, and last Truly Halo. Multimedia shoots through for Glenn Boss to lead, clearly racing along towards the 1,000 pole. About a length and a half. Grooves a length to Daring Deed. 1 1/4. Courtney Charm racing on the fence. At the head of the others then April Fool, and 2 lengths to He's a Dane, and Truly Halo another length away. They come down the side of the course and race towards the 800. The speed is very, very leisurely, and Multimedia shows out a length on Grooves. He's a Dane pulls his way up into 3rd position. Daring Deed is on the inside of Courtney Charm, wider April Fool, and 2 lengths to Truly Halo. Well, Boss has been able to dictate the terms to suit himself on Multimedia, and travelling past the 600. Multimedia by a bit more than a length on Daring Deed. Grooves back to 3rd, 2 He's a Dane, Courtney Charm. A long gap then to April Fool, and last Truly Halo. Around the corner, and Multimedia straightens up about 2 lengths on Daring Deed. This lead is going well. 3rd is Courtney Charm, followed by Grooves, and at the head of the others on the outside being He's a Dane. Now Boss is shaking up Multimedia, but he's still about a length and a half clear. Grooves is battling on well, and so's Daring Deed, and He's a Dane, but it's Multimedia. They won't catch it. Multimedia too good for Grooves. 3rd He's a Dane. 4th Courtney Charm. 5th Daring Deed. A distant 6th April Fool, and 7th and last Truly Halo.
Super Tab 2 Multimedia, 320 and 190. Number 4, Grooves to return 180, and 3, He's a Dane, no third.
Grooves has paid 180, and number 3, He's a Dane, written by Shane Dye, 3rd. No third totes. It's 2, or will be, from 4 and 3, and the winner trained by Gay Waterhouse for her mum and dad, Mrs. M.A. Healy, Mrs. G.M. Cowie, Ms. S. Carter, and Mr. Archer Sari. A brown gelding 3 Alquaz Golden Years, first try in rain-affected ground, only his 4th start, 3 wins and 1 third. Glenn Boss aboard. He was able to rate the race to suit himself, as I said to you in the call, and then he quickened up, and it made the task of anything to come from behind and run him down almost impossible. Groove second by Mars K. Habiton, Brown Filly 3. She should win a race soon. Jack Denham, Jim Cassidy, and He's a Dane, a Danehill colt, bay and colour, 3 years of age, out of Lady Twiggy and Bill Mitchell. Puts the polish on him, Shane Dye, the rider. 2, 4, 3 official. Number 5, Courtney Charm, ran 4th. Daring Deed 5th. And the time was 1:22.55. That's just under 4 seconds outside Taradoo's race record, 35.16. Yeah, he sprinted the last 600 very quickly on this rain-affected track, 35.16. That's the story of race 5. Nice horse, Multimedia. Race 6 today is the 2KY 1017 Sport and Talk Trisgay Stakes, a listed race. 1200 scratch number 10 Road to Diamonds. And I've got an important message in relation to Hippopotamus in just a moment. But Rodney's got more important news firstly.
Race 5.
Okay, round 5. Number 4 was the winner. That was Shindig. Paid $3.50 the win, $1.60 the place. Second went to 7 False Economy. Paid $2.90. Third, number 5 Golden Days, $2.90. The Quinella, $21. Trifecta, $279.80. Next double, 2 and 4, $18. Daily doubles, 3 and 4, $30.30. 3 and 7, $38.20. Scratching 10. Set the Greyhounds.
On the last. Ready. And racing, Napier Bale away favourably, showing good speed. Out wide was Barney's Design, and getting through the inside was Top Draw. There's a couple in Bother Argle, Lad and Robo Rocket, and Barney's Design left in front. Into the back, Barney's Design 5 lengths to Napier Bale, a similar gap then to Top Draw, followed by Little Wayne. Wide then was Robo Rocket, Priscilla and Worthy Lover off the top, then Barney's Design.
Record the rest off
Inside
Melbourne.
Rain back after the start. First out, Risky from Centrix, and on the inside, Palace Opera. Levros Ruler away well, Son of Raj and Redanza from the outside showing speed. Risky in front down at the winning post now from Levros Ruler, and on the outside, Son of Raj 3 out. Behind those, Palace Opera inside Centrix. Redanza doesn't want to lead today. 3 wide back running 6, and further back National Asset up a little closer today. Outside it came Certain Ace as they swing out of the straight. 2 to Nazareth now midfield on the inside of Dichotomy. 1.5 Il Mojay from the Arabian. Reindeer Rock 3 deep and 2 further back Ferdinand, and 3 or 4 last of all winning Caper. At the 1800 metre mark, and Levros Ruler took over now. A length and a half to Risky, 2 further back Son of Raj third. On the outside of Palace Opera fourth, a half then to Redanza. Pushing up in the middle is Centrix, and now Redanza 3 out. 2 to National Asset inside Certain Ace. 2 further back Nazareth. Over on the inside of Dichotomy, a couple of lengths further back is Reindeer Rock around the outside of the Arabian. In on the fence Il Mojay, just inclined to over race a little, and then winning Caper at outside it Ferdinand as they go to the 1450 metre mark now. Levos Ruler out by a length and a half, Son of Raj. Risky is a neck away third. She's third on the rail now. A length into Redanza, still 3 deep fourth around the outside there of Centrix, and over on the fence is Palace Opera. 1 further back Certain Ace. Over on the rail National Asset. 1 further back then Dichotomy outside Nazareth is still midfield on the rail. 2 to Reindeer Rock, Il Mojay from the Arabian being ridden up, and 2 to Ferdinand and winning Caper. Down the side of the 1000 metre mark now. Levos Ruler in front, about a neck to Son of Raj. 1 to Redanza, but it's been off the track all the way. Risky's had a nice run fourth the fence. 2 to Centrix. 1 to Certain Ace from Palace Opera, hard ridden. Further back in the race then came in the middle National Asset. Pulled to the outside Nazareth from Dichotomy, and about 3 to Il Mojay, Arabian Rock, and further back in the race the Arabian Ferdinand and winning Caper. 600 out Levos Ruler from Son of Raj. On the outside Redanza still posted deep from Centrix, now taking off out 4 deep. Nazareth coming right around the outside with National Asset right behind them. Risky, who can't get out from Palace Opera, and further back Certain Ace and a gap to Il Mojay. They're across the track turning for home. Redanza got its head in front, grabbed quickly by Centrix. Nazareth down the outside. The run about to come near the inside for Risky now, and further back then Palace Opera. In front now is Centrix with Risky getting up on the inside, and further out National Asset and Nazareth, and Certain Ace is late. Centrix in front, Risky finishing hard on the rail. Centrix from Risky and Certain Ace. Centrix a half length Risky. Head third in the race, Certain Ace from Il Mojay out wide. Then further back, Son of Raj from Palace Opera. National Asset, Nazareth. Behind those, the Arabian. Then Redanza. Further back in the race, Ferdinand. Followed by winning Caper. Well back, then Arabian on the outside. The Arabian pulling up quickly from Reindeer Rock. Then Dichotomy, and Levos Ruler stopped pretty quickly after leading them up.
5 Centrix, 23.10 and 5.30. 12 Risky, 3.70. 9 Certain Ace, 2.30.
5 Centrix to return 23.30 and 5.60. Number 12 at Risky to return 4.90, and number 9 Certain Ace a place dividend of $2.20. Now let's pick up that replay of the Greyhound event.